Okay, video time. I was prepping the 1500 cases that we use for the controllers, and I've noticed in the past that people have posted that they like to use wire cutters or a large set of diagonal cutters or various other things to remove these extra mounting bosses that stick up higher than where the board mounts, and that way it allows the board to lay flat once you get them removed. And I figured out a kind of a simple way to remove these. It gives you a nice flush surface when you're done. As you can see in this case here, I've already marked the mounting bosses that the board plug into. You'll see them marked off in a kind of like a purplish color here, and these just kind of serve as a guide to let me know within this square that you see here which extra ones need to be removed. And in my experience, there's about 8 of them that need to be drilled out. But I found rather than using a set of wire cutters or large diagonal snips or 10 snips or anything of that nature, I actually had a step bit. And what you see here is, I'm going to pull it away from the camera, it's a 1/4 to 1 3/8 inch step bit. And what I found is that when I drill these, if I put just a little bit of pressure on the drill, it'll actually grab hold, and you'll literally feel the drill kind of bottom out and spin, where it's not pulling into any more material. And it usually happens when what you see is the different sized steps here. Eventually it'll hit the correct step, it'll be flush with the case, and the drill will just kind of sit there and spin and not drill out anymore. And let me just show you here real quick. Right there. And at that point where you heard me say right there is right where you can kind of feel the drill stop biting into material and just kind of sit there and spin. And then what you're left with, get that little bit, hopefully get that a little bit closer to the camera, is this little guy right here. And as you can see, it's left a little bit of a plastic collar, which is all that's left of the mount. And normally if you just come in here and try to peel it, it usually will separate off pretty clean. Sometimes they don't, and you got to drill them a bit more. But again, what generally happens is that you can see I've just pulled away what was left, but what it leaves you is a nice clean mount that's nice and flush with the board. And like I said, the bit kind of stops on its own, so it doesn't drill through the back of the case where you have to worry about sealing up any hole. Yeah, I'm just going to drill the rest of these out here real quick. Now you'll notice on that last one that I did, and you'll see it in your cases, but you got kind of an extra mounting boss here that needs to be removed. But it's a mounting boss where 2 of them are joined together side by side. When you're doing the step bit, if you mess up and you accidentally drill one side out completely before you start on the other, then you'll actually remove half of the one next to it. So you lose your ability for the bit to kind of guide itself. So what you saw me do there was I would start this one, go down a little bit, stop, move over to this one, and then just kind of alternate between the two until you get them both drilled flush with the case. About the shavings out of the case here, and there we go. Now you can see some of these a bit better because it's not in the shadow of the lid. But as I was saying, when you drill these guys out here, you're left with just a little bit of a ring. And then normally you can just kind of come in here, because it's a pretty thin piece of plastic it leaves behind, literally just peel off what's left. And again, as you can see here, you're left with a nice flat flush surface. So when you're done and you get all your remnants peeled out, just like this one, there goes that one. Here's what's left of that one. Yeah, this one's going to need a little bit of a hit with the drill because it's still a bit thick. There we go. And we've got all that out of there. We've got all our shavings out. And again, what I found is usually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And they're usually 8. They're kind of right across, almost right across in the line there. And when you get them all done, throw your board back in real quick, verify you got them all, and then what you'll see is that you'll get a nice flat fit. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.